This is the last challenge before the second showcase of the year. I'm going to get as many reps in as possible with my favorite Lurrus PO deck. Welcome back, vintage gamers, to the Friday evening challenge ahead of the second showcase out of 3. I believe I've created a monster, is what I would say. Lurrus PO, all of the variations of Lurrus PO are doing extremely well after the printing of Stock Up. Stock Up is an extreme meta shaker. It is that powerful. It's changing vintage. Take a quick peek here. This is the data since the printing of Aether Drift, and you're seeing like Lurrus Control just drastically falling in win rate, and you're looking at Lurrus PO as the breakout deck of Aether Drift. Obviously, a lot of things are happening right now along the lines of Raker Shops as well, which we've talked about in the past. But Lurrus PO with Stock Up is extremely, extremely strong. So there's a lot of ways you can build this deck. Blue, black, Esper, 4-color with white, 4th Air, Linges, Time Vault Key, Underworld Breach. You can do basically anything you want as long as you're playing your 4 stock ups. And then maybe even playing the 4 POs is actually optional. I think stock up is like more required than PO, which is, yeah, it's the card is that good. So today I'm iterating on my blue-black list, which has been putting up some very, very good results in recent challenges. I'm looking at different blue-black lists winning yesterday's challenge. Lurrus PO with blue-black winning yesterday's challenge. That would be 74 of my 75. And I've just seen a bunch of recent lists like that as well. I've had some decent success with this deck. I've now gone top 8 in a challenge, 4-2, 9th in a challenge, and 3-1 in a prelim with it. And then, of course, obviously off-stream leagues. Today, we're only changing 2 cards from the last time we streamed this deck. I'm trying out a card that I've been meaning to try out for a very long time in Storm Chaser's Talent. Storm Chaser's Talent is a Bloom Burrow class enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, for 1 blue, you get a 1/1 prowess red and blue otter token. So you get a nice little threat, a little blocker. It can obviously scales pretty well with PO and prowess. This 1 mana blue enchantment can come back with Lurrus if it was countered or milled or something. It can be returned to your hand with PO if you put it into play. It has a nice level 2 for 3 and a blue. You can upgrade your class to level 2 and return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. So my envisioning here was like putting up an early road blocker or an early threat to a target like a Karn per se. Like, you know, someone plays an early Karn, you actually can play a 1-drop that can attack the Karn for a ton of damage on the next turn. And then obviously you get the incremental value with PO. If you go later into the game, you can pay 4 mana. This deck always has a ton of mana if you have things going, and you can either return a PO, return a stock up to get more action, return a Force of Will to protect your stuff, and then at the very end of this, you also have the ability to go 6 mana, and then whenever you play an instant or sorcery spell, you get a 1/1 otter creature with prowess. So it scales up really well into the late game, but it also has this like little early game applications, especially when it's a permanent can return with PO. That being said, I don't know if this card's actually good enough. It's just a card that I've been meaning to test, and I haven't gotten around to testing it, and why not test it now, the night before the showcase? I think no matter what, the base floor of this card is going to be reasonable enough that it's going to never really bring my deck down. As a blue card, it pitches as a 1-drop. It comes in with Lurrus, and then it can pick it up with PO. So I think it's like going to be totally fine no matter what. So we're trying that out today, and then I'm trying in the sideboard. I'm trying out an Orcish Bowmaster. It seems like the Raker Shops are not slowing down, and so even though we are, in my opinion, already favored versus Raker Shops, having additional pieces in the sideboard to make the matchup even better is not something that you want to shy away from. So I'm going to play an Orcish Bowmaster. It's a kind of a hybrid card. It's like decent against some of the other decks in the format. I didn't even bring the... I'm not going to say anything. but I will mention it at the start of round 2. You can bring it in against opponents' Orcish Bowmasters. And what I had done is I cut the third negation from the sideboard. I hadn't been really enjoying the third negation, especially because Jewel Shops has been on a huge downturn. Jewel Shops is one of the major decks you want the third negation against, as well as maybe like Doomsday, where this Bowmaster is probably going to come in against both those decks anyways. So this card is going to be a little bit more flexible, coming against Raker Shops, coming against the Mirror, coming against other Bowmaster decks, coming against Jewel, coming against Doomsday. It's possible you even want more of these. It's possible you can even play them in the main. I'm choosing not to play them in the main for a very specific reason. That's because I like my PO build to be as powerful as possible while still having answers to everything. That's why you're seeing me not play any like spot removal, but playing Momentum Breaker instead. You're seeing me on, lots of 1-ofs that I can tutor up, and then the 8 powerful stock ups and POs. That's just how I prefer to approach and build my PO decks. It doesn't mean that everyone is going to play that way. Some people want to play a bit more controlling game, want to have more outs to Bowmaster. I think this deck has sufficient outs to Bowmaster, and you can play through Bowmaster pretty easily, but other people don't feel that way. So what I'm trying to say is I don't think this card is necessary. But if you see people playing in the main, you don't want to like tell them they're wrong, because there's certainly reasons to do so. So today we're basically doing one final test of just the whole shell in general, how it fares against metagame decks, and then we're testing out a flex slot in Storm Chaser's Talent and Orcish Bowmaster. I will see you in round 1. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxins will be part of this celebration of vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYSE trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, welcome to round 1 of this 6-round, 50-player Friday night vintage challenge before the showcase. Let's begin. I've got a pretty strong hand here. Yeah, we will be streaming this showcase tomorrow too. This is practice. I didn't really have any plans for tonight, so last good attempt to get some practice in. See what we got. Basic island. Of course. Of course. Of course. Yeah. Of course. Land drop's very good. I've got a basic island of my own here and play a bauble of my own here. Maybe that'll convince them to crack their bauble. I doubt it. But I can dream, right? Strip mine! Oh, we're off to a good start here. My basic has been strip mined, huh? I don't think I am playing a Sensei's Top. I want to expose myself to Wasteland. Ah, they cracked their bauble. They cracked their bauble. They cracked their bauble, chat. Fool. I probably should crack my bauble before I get Bowmastered, actually. And well, now that I don't have a Wasteland, so. Just let it be Void Mirror, you know? As a frog, I assume. I mean, we went from very unlikely to win the game to very likely to win the game by my opponent cracking bauble, so. Yeah, I don't think we were going to come remotely close to winning this game without them cracking bauble, so I'll take that. Yup. All right, well, we got to decide what we want to do with this, though. I'd obviously love... I probably shouldn't have played this bauble, because I'd love to just play a Lurrus here. But that feels pretty greedy into an opponent who probably has force. But I should not have showed them I had bauble before making that choice. I can just... I mean, I want to hit a land. I think I'm just going to cast this stock up. It'll give me good direction. If they want to force stock up, then they can force stock up. All right. So I have no forces, no lands. I guess maybe I'll have to crack my Black Lotus now. So maybe I messed up. So I'm going to use my Lorien Reveal to get a land, and then I'll have 3 mana. So I can either play Thunder Trap plus top, Thunder Trap plus talent. I could get a misstep. I don't really feel like a misstep is that good. I could just take a probe right now and just probe my opponent, find out what they're working with, how I want to play out my game. But I kind of want to take another stock up as well. So maybe the answer is just stock up and probe then? Yeah. I don't know. I kind of was looking for a force so that I could try to get a Lurrus going. I'm going to go stock up probe. All right, so they do have Force of Will. They have double Force of Will back up here. So they played turn 1 Bobble, and then they had to crack it immediately because their whole deck gets turned off by it. A classic scenario. So now what do I want to do? That's a lot of counter magic. And they have a Bowmaster too. So they get to hold up Bowmaster, Frog, double. They get to hold up Bowmaster, Frog, double force. And if we crack our bobble, we get punished. This is quite tough. I don't know how we're supposed to proceed through this much counter magic. Maybe we shouldn't have cracked our Vexing Bobble. I don't know. I think I'm going to peek at my top card. If they want a Bowmaster, they can Bowmaster on their upkeep. Negation. I don't really feel like Negation's the card I want here, so... I guess the best news is we're not getting Wastelanded. I'm gonna have to use this Lorien Reveal to get a mana next turn anyways. So I feel like I just wait. I'm gonna wait. The Ketchermoose list looked sick. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have blue in it, so it's not playable. I'm not sure how we're winning this game. That's an unfortunate card to draw with my opponent's Bowmaster having resolved. And also my removal is now unfortunately blanked because my removal is Momentum Breakers. The answer is probably I'm supposed to just cast Ancestral and try to combo through this stuff. No, Ketchermoose is not playable, chat. Stop talking about Ketchermoose. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Ancestral Recall right now. Before my opponent draws more cards. All right, they're just letting it happen, which is the best case scenario for me because it gives me a chance to try to win this game. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe best case scenario would be that they just use a force on it. So it's the worst case scenario for me. All right, I'm gonna just time kind of out for a little so I don't have to read his comments. I don't need to hear about Ketchermoose. The card is not playable. Don't play it in your decks. I'm gonna have to win this game probably on this next turn. It's gonna be pretty hard through double force, but I don't know what else I can really do. My opponent had quite a strong draw, and our draw is very good as well, but they just very hateful draw from the opponent. All right. Player in Academy would might help. PO is obviously great. I just don't know if it's enough. Hopefully they didn't draw 1-mana counter spell. We might want to just start by stocking up and trying to find like Academy Time Walk. There's the Time Walk and a Momentum Breaker and a Chain of Vapor. Wow, that's it's really interesting. I'm gonna go with I don't have very many turns is the problem, right? Just gonna go with Time Walk, Chain. Let's cast this Time Walk. There's Force, Pitching, Frog. I don't actually have... I do have enough mana to combo off if I force back and they force back here, right? Because I can chain my own stuff and then... I can chain my own stuff and then chain the Bowmaster and PO off, maybe? Maybe. I'm not sure exactly. All right, so I got all their forces out of their hand. So my Time Walk is not resolving anymore. But I can sack my 2 lands, bounce my 2 Moxen, and then bounce the Bowmaster and go for PO for 3. It's like not very good. Maybe I didn't think this through. See what happens. Could I do better? In what way could I do better? Bounce this, sack, bounce this, sack, bounce that. 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, PO for 3. Still leaves me with the ability to draw Academy and more POs. So there are 2 POs. There is a PO on the bottom of my deck. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is my best chance. I don't think Land with Lorien does anything. It takes away my ability to draw Academy. It's like kind of no reason to do it, right? All right, see how that goes. I don't think I navigated this perfectly, but I had the right idea. I think we got there. Yogwell, Lotus, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. We're in the middle of a game right now. We can talk about sideboarding some other time. This at least gets us Time Walk. Maybe we can PO off this. See what happens. We can play a land as well. So we've got a Mishra's Bauble. We've got a Black Lotus. We've got Cataxium Probe. Double Bowmaster. This gives me up to 4 mana, so I can PO. And I will always be able to replay everything, or replay and Time Walk, so let's get this. I mean, this Chain of Vapor was nuts, huh? PO. 4. All right, I should win this game. So now I have not drawn another blue mana. So I think I just have to Time Walk and play DT for something. I mean, I theoretically could go. It's just too risky not to just go Time Walk here. So the question is, do I want to play Bobble and draw a card or just cast my DT now? If I'm casting my DT now, what am I getting? I guess like getting a PO is silly because I have a Merchant Scroll for a PO. Maybe I'm just supposed to get a Mox Opal and then cast Ancestral. Because I should be able to draw through my whole deck. Maybe that's not what we want to do, but what I'm going to do. All right. Would I rather have this Bobble in play than lost? Yeah. I can get rid of this. This. All right. Then we'll start with that. All right. This game looks won. I can't believe we won this game. Is my deck broken? Am I broken? There's my academy. Need to find the key. I probably should have played the Storm Chaser's talent. I guess I don't have. I guess I can't. It doesn't. I guess I. Oh, I can always rebuy. I can't rebuy a DT. I can rebuy like stock ups and stuff. It's fine. I have so many cards that no matter what, I can always hit my thing here with like stock ups, and then I'll be fine. Yeah, I'm mostly just trying to make sure that I don't like mess this up somehow. Urza's Saga, Vamp Tutor. I guess we can do that. Then I can just cast Vamp Tutor for my key. Top. Draw a card. Play my key. Now I can't lose, so. I'll just do this. PO. This. All right. I'm probably not taking the fastest route here, but that's okay. Oh, that's not the card I wanted to pick. Whatever. I definitely did not take that in the fastest way possible, but that's okay. All right. Hopefully time won't become an issue. I did spend a lot of time there. Just have to play this a little bit faster going through, but winning that game is really, really impressive. From our opponent had a Bowmaster with a 4/4 and a Frog and 2 forces, and we just easily won through it. So I was really, really happy with that game. Game was really, really impressive. Flusterstorms, Dismembers. What do I want to take out? A Bubble. A Vamp Tutor. Not an Island. Not a Yogwill. Yogwill is broken. If that game doesn't sell you on Yogwill is broken, that you should always play it in these decks, I don't know what will. That was just a prime example of you should never cut Yogwill. I don't know. Like, I don't really want Chain that much in this matchup, but it did let me win that game. Maybe Chain's a bit. I guess they could ward in Null Rods, so I kind of have to keep the Chain. Don't know if they have Null Rods or not. Depends on which list they're playing. I'm gonna cut one more card here. Still don't know what I want to cut here. Yeah, well, Yogwill is still better than Underworld Breach. I mean, Discover N plays 0 no rods, so if people to copy Discover N, like this is what happens when you copy good players to Jordan. Just because they're good players doesn't mean they always make the best deck building choices. You gotta make your own deck building choices. You gotta be smart about it. Can we get rid of this Thunder Trap Trainer? I don't know. I have to pick a card, and I've decided that's the one. All right, I'm going to play this game a lot faster than I just played. I was not thinking it would take that long, but it did take that long, so. I have a cat. Yeah, sure. I can't believe I won that game. I got my basic Strip Mined, and I got Bowmastered and Frogged early and had double force, and they played a Vexing Bauble. Like, how can I possibly ever win that game? And I won. That's so wild to me. Oh, it's Esper. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I'm going to Time Walk here. I need blue lands. So I can play Flusterstorms. All right, I feel like that's good enough where I can... It's really not good enough. I don't want to Merchant for a Force, though. I feel like I just have to. I feel like I just have to. Oh, I can Merchant for a Sink into Stupor! Oh my god, who built this deck? Was it me? Did I do that? Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. Oh shit, that's the first time I've actually done that in this deck. Obviously, I was very surprised when I when I opened it up. Wait, what? Time Walk? All right, I'm gonna snap in on a Flusterstorm here because I'm gonna get my Sink into Stupor wastelanded, so. I don't know if this means that I'm supposed to Ancestral on my turn, but I probably will. Sink is broken. Yeah, that's fine. I'll cast it. If they have a forest, I Flusterstorm it. It's fine. Also, I need to play fast and just make choices, even if they're not 100% correct. They force down to 1 card here. I'm totally fine with that. I will have to find another mana to rebuild with stock up, but it'll be great. All right, we're resolving. Are we momentum breakering a card out of their hand? Yeah, I think we are. They mind break trapped it. Sure, that's fine. No problem. Yep, that's fine. Don't need that. Sure, that's a good one. This game's over. Tolarian Academy PO? Sure. Go to their turn and PO. I have another one, so. Spell Pierce. Sure. Yeah. All right. This game's over. I love this deck. This is so good. I probably should play around Mind Break Trap on this. Nah, who cares? I'm not going to tap my top here because I can draw into a PO if I want. Oh, I draw into a blue card for force if I want. I might not be playing this perfectly, chat. I'm actually just playing this fast because I don't think it matters very much anymore. But obviously, we could probably have played this slightly better here. Or find another blue card force. My deck is broken. My deck is so broken. It's actually crazy. Oh, stock up is nuts. I like how we played this game, kind of. I mean, I like the Merchant Scroll for Sink into Stupor. I think everything else was whatever, but the Merchant Scroll for Sink into Stupor was just so good. Onward to round 2 of the Vintage Challenge here. I am paired up against Discover N after Discover N was gifted the round 1 win after an MTGO crash. Oh, what a wild experience. All right, I am going to reveal my cat. Does Discover N have a cat? Yes. So Discover N is still playing Blue-Black Lurrus Control. No Null Rods, maybe? We'll have to see. I just was able to beat a Lurrus Control player in round 1. Let's see if we can do it again here. This hand is not particularly good, but it is probably still a keep. We've got the broken stock up card. Can cast it off of Black Lotus on turn 1. So it's probably worth keeping. Yeah, Lurrus Breach can play stock up. It's true. Blue decks can play stock up. Love to see it. Well, I think stock up is a legit metagame changing, metagame defining card. Momentum Breaker is just a role player, but I kind of like it in this deck a lot. Ooh, immediately forced. Main deck Mystical Dispute has been spotted. Just like I said, Flusterstorm and Pyroblast are looking good into the meta. Main deck Mystical Dispute does a similar thing. Love that. All right, so I got my I got my 2-for-1, 2-for-1. So we are even now. I am in a bad spot though. Obviously, I have no follow-ups here. So Discover End new to force stock up. Smart gamer. Discover End is known for playing Doomsday, but Discover End has quite a range inside of blue. Does this mean I'm getting? Oh, they fetched away their bobble. I'm going to get Undersea Sewers and try to find a Mox. A land is also acceptable. Gonna have to hold this momentum breaker for a frog. Hopefully they don't have like a Bowmaster. Bowmaster is the card that makes my momentum breaker its worst. But can't do much about that. DT. Wish I had a Gush here. DT. This should just be Ancestral, yeah. Don't think it can be Key. Let's see if I get Spell Pierce, though. Could get Spell Pierce, Flusterstormed. Mystical Disputed. I guess I could theoretically go for like a Mana Crypt, and that would set me up to possibly PO. Is that too greedy? If I go like Mana Crypt, Time Vault gets me 2 permanents in play. On the next turn, if they play a frog, I can momentum break them. If not, I can PO for 2. It's something to consider though. Like Ancestral is not super good into a Bowmaster from this spot, but I guess neither is PO really. I could get a Saga. Oh wait. I think we should get a Saga. It's a land drop, and it threatens Vault Key. Okay, yeah, I guess get a Saga. Okay. Took me a little while on that one. This is a play we made on our last challenge as well. DTing for Saga happens at least a reasonable amount. This definitely makes them want to play a Wasteland. No? All right. So the next question becomes... This negation is so much worse than a Force of Will. I guess we just have to make Construct here. I feel like playing a Time Vault just doesn't make any sense. So there's a Bowmaster. Yeah, okay. Well, my removal spell is garbage now. That is definitely the price I pay for trying to be a little bit more versatile. But I think Bowmaster is truly the only card that makes this breaker worse. And I don't think the breaker is like that important in this matchup. And you can still snipe frogs, so I think it's fine. But yeah, definitely could have a little bit more versatility being like a Fatal Push, but I don't like when my Fatal Push is just dead and stranded in my hand, where my PO can be, or my Momentum Breaker can be looped with PO or looped with Lurrus, so. Yeah, I think it's fine. Tony says, thank you, Crazy, if you're still watching, because between you and me getting it to them, it means they didn't have to cancel the event and we could keep going. So can I get a 07 in the chat for Crazy's round 1 loss, but saving the vintage challenge? They're willing to trade the Bowmaster with a Saga token. I think I'm also willing to trade the Bowmaster with a Saga token. Maybe they have a second Bowmaster. I was still making this end of turn anyways, so. Fatal Push. That's fine. I really just want to see Force on my draw step here and just go for Vault Key, but. This is going to be a frog. So they'll have to have exactly Force blue card. DT. DT, I will negate DT. And force them to have Force blue card on my turn. All right. Show me this cover in. He's so good. Second main deck Mystical Dispute. Ah, what a beast. Force negation pitching Mystical Dispute, Force of negation pitching Mystical Dispute, and a Wasteland. And a buy Lurrus, and have Bobble in the yard. He's so good at Magic. Everything just works out. He's a beast. Sink into stupor. I'm dead, aren't I? I don't know. Could I ever really beat Discover N? Was that really ever on the menu? Get my engine started. Funnily enough, Fatal Push would not kill Lurrus here, which is interesting, I guess. My Momentum Breaker is never going to kill a Lurrus, unfortunately. Because they'll have Bowmaster. Yeah, it's a pretty bad spot. I don't really know how I get out of this spot, actually. My opponent just had double counter Wasteland. Yeah, I mean, they lined up pretty well against what we were trying to do. I do like how I played it, though. I think that wins a majority of games. This actually lets me buy and play Lurrus this turn, doesn't it? So I do run afoul of my life total being a problem. There's no way you drew forced blue card for this. Why are you pausing? Yeah, He's the best. He's just the best. He's the best. The best. That's incredible. Ooh, boy. Yeah, yeah. I feel that way. I mean, it's definitely not good against Orcish Bowmaster, but I do really like Momentum Breaker Lurrus, which is why I have it in my deck. That's my best draw, so those are not very good. um, um, can I ever probe in this game? Maybe next turn? Like, what is a land doing for me? I mean, I don't know how I win this game because I don't have a Vault Key to give me an out here. I'm going to take this anyways, and then I will untap this and play a Mana Vault and then sack my Momentum Breaker to live, maybe. I don't think I have any outs from this spot. My opponent, having drawn Force Blue card off of their draw step plus bobble for my my Lurrus was not good for me. It was notably very bad for me, actually. I guess they have Hardcast Force now? Or did they replay Bobble? They replay Bobble. All right. All right, I'm back to 8. I take 4. I can't die. They draw a card. I guess I can't cast Probe, though, if my flip loses again. And my flip lost again. And I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, I blame Crazy Diamond for not winning his round 1 instead of if he had just not broken and gotten given I don't even know where I'm going with that. All right. This time I will bring in that Orcish. Wait. There's no Orcish Bowmaster in my list. That's the reason why I didn't board it in. MTGO gave me the wrong list. I didn't think I had a list that had Storm Chaser's talent but didn't have the Bowmaster. MTGO must have just submitted an earlier list where I didn't have Bowmaster in it. Or maybe I edited the list and then didn't re-enter the challenge. That's also possible. All right, I guess we're only trying Storm Chaser's talent. We're not trying the sideboard Bowmaster this time. Okay. Well, I mean, the good thing is it means I didn't sideboard game 1 incorrectly. The bad thing is I'm losing out a testing session because I don't have the right deck list. So I don't think I need Chain of Vapor because my opponent refuses to play Null Raw. Actually, did they have 2 main deck Mystical Disputes in their last list, or did they change it? discover N. I don't remember them having main deck mystical disputes, so maybe I need to hedge for possible null rods. No, the mystical disputes are new. They were in the board. I don't know. Discover N just doesn't like playing the card null rod. Don't know. What was the other card I took out here? I usually was taking out Trainer. Is that the card I took out? I can't remember what the other card I took out was. Oh, Negation. I hate Negation in this matchup. I'll try checking out Chain of Vapor instead of Trainer. If I get null rodded, then so be it. Obviously, I still have an out to null rod. It's just... it's a lot worse for me. I'm so tilted about this. This one Bowmaster that I was going to try to bring in. But it's really funny because I won't end up putting the extra section in the video now. But basically, I played round 1 and I didn't bring it in because it wasn't there. And then I recorded the deck intro where I was like, oh, I'm trying out this Bowmaster. And then during the deck intro, I recognized, oh man, I didn't board the Bowmaster in round 1. And this is why. All right. I have a cat. They have a cat. I have no mana. Notably bad for me. I have mana. Good for me. This is actually a really interesting hand. I don't know how I'm supposed to play this hand. If they have 2 main deck mystical disputes, I just kind of want to cast Ancestral on their upkeep. I wish I had a Mox so I could just play this Bauble. I think I'm just gonna put back this Merchant Scroll. And then I'm gonna Ancestral on their upkeep. Which doesn't sound right. But I would be relying on myself drawing an island on the next turn to even have Flusterstorm back up. I mean, I guess I could play Bauble. But it doesn't help me if my opponent like has Spell Pierce, Mystical Dispute, Flusterstorm. I think it's just island on their upkeep. Because obviously I don't want to play into Negation. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about this, but I think it makes the most sense. Yo, what up, Tony? Hope you had a good stream. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, gamers. All right, we got a Resolver. Resolvers are good. All right, I mean, now we're cooking. We are cooking. All right, so they're going to probe me. Check a look at my hand for free. I'm F6. I got Bauble. All right, so they probably, let's see. I got a land drop, Saga Gaming. Interesting. I feel like we can Saga Gaming here, even though it's a tell. We just go Opal, Saga Gaming, Bauble, Manifold, pass, and then we don't PO because maybe we PO on their end step or something. Maybe we PO. I do want to PO. Definitely Saga Gaming. I guess this might just get forced. I guess I have Flusterstorm, so they probably would. Oh, they're just going to force it. I mean, we can wait. Like, we can fluster this, get it in play. Is that good, though? Kind of need it for Metalcraft, so... Obviously, it just stifles my whole entire turn here to use this Flusterstorm, but... I mean, they had full knowledge in my hand anyways. All right. Well, does help me play around in Dispute, so... Bobble in play. It's broken. Oh, thanks for that analysis. Wasteland on Saga. Okay, fair. I guess that's a downside of the line we took here. Probe. Interesting. I have to pay. Oh, they just have a spell pierce for this? Oh, they have spell pierce and mystical dispute? I want to crack Bobble and see if I can draw mental misstep, and then if not, I can still probe, so. Okay. Yeah. It's really unfortunate because they got perfect information with Gataxian Probe, which let them counter all the right things. They're kind of out of everything, but I need to hit a mana source. A non-opal mana source, really. I think I'm winning this game. Oh no, I guess they are on dig through time mana right now. Yikes. Oh, it's so bad for me. This game went terribly because my opponent probed me. They were really lucky that they had Spell Pierce instead of Mystical Dispute, huh? All right, fair enough. We did resolve an Ancestral in this game. I can't be too mad, right? Ah, This is a bad spot. They hit Lotus off Dig Through Time and then passed. No, wait. I shouldn't have gotten rid of that, right? Oh, no, here we go. So 1 unknown. It's definitely one of my better draws. Mox was better for sure, but this is definitely up there. Did you draw Negation Lotus? No. Okay. Mana Crypt Bauble, stock up, Storm Chaser's Talent. It's gotta be Mana Crypt Bauble. I guess it could be Mana Crypt Stock Up. Yes, I've tried playing Brain Surge. Stock Up is so much better than Brain Surge. It's not really close. I played a ton of Brain Surge when it was printed. The card's not that good. Stock Up is broken. I'm wondering if I should take Stock Up over Bobble because I like a Bowmaster maybe, but no. The question is then, do I buy Lurrus or do I hold up Flusterstorm for possible Lorien revealed? They know about Flusterstorm, so they'll just buy and play Lurrus instead. So I just probably buy Lurrus and take both of the Moxen. Or what? Bobble is not Moxen, but... Oh, this is a second Flusterstorm? Oh. Well, I still think I'm supposed to buy Lurrus. I can use Flusterstorm on my turn if they go for Lorien revealed, then they'll be tapped low enough where Flusterstorm will be good for PO anyways. So I think it's fine. I don't think they're gonna cast Lorien revealed. I think if anything they'll go like land Lurrus, buy Lurrus, play Lurrus, replay Lotus, I would assume. Normally you don't really cast the Lorien revealed until after you have the Lotus Lurrus loop going. Saga. Demonic Tutor. Do they have a Null Rod? No, they have Ancestral, which we could not have Flusterstormed. Okay. Kind of wish I had... Yeah, that's like a very different story where they're trying to do different things, and one format doesn't have Bowmaster, or is Bowmaster in Modern? I guess Bowmaster's probably in Modern, but it's like, it's different. I am a mana short here. I guess I'm multiple mana short. I really needed I really needed stuff here. That wasn't another PO. They know I have PO, maybe, or maybe they know I have one PO. I'm just in such a shit spot if they counter any of my things. And technically they could counter either of them with Mystical Dispute. I guess if I get my PO Mystical Disputed, they'll have 2 floating mana, and I'll have Storm 2, so I can theoretically win through that. I'm gonna try POing now, I think. Oh, Bowmaster? I don't care about Bowmaster. That's fine. That's probably the best possible outcome for me. Because, like, we should just win through it. Maybe we don't win through it. We'll see. I can have a Lurrus block, too. I'm going to go to second main. I think I might cycle this Lorien Revealed. I didn't draw any more Moxton, which is a problem. I mean, I have a blocker no matter what. I can play a Lurrus here. If I play a Lurrus, I can still PO, but I can't Flusterstorm back up on my PO. Because I can buy back a Manifold. I can go black, black, 1/1 for that, and then I can PO, but I won't have Flusterstorm back up. Maybe I should just play a trainer and see where that gets me. Breaker is not bad here, but I don't really want to play a Breaker yet. And we might end up playing... I don't really know. This is a hard spot. I have lots of different choices that are all pretty good. I think I like the idea of playing a trainer, though. Yogg will Soul Ring Sync. I just want a Soul Ring. I mean, Sync does give me an additional blue mana to play Lurrus here. I don't know if I need that, though. I'm really worried my opponent has a counter spell and they knew about Fluster, so they didn't cast it. That's what I'm like the most worried about. I think I'm just gonna play Momentum Breaker. I don't know. I'm not convinced that my line here was correct. I had a lot of different choices there, and I don't know what the right one was. I'm gonna just try to play this game a little bit slower, though. We have a lot of action. My opponent's a little choked on mana now that they've used this Black Lotus. I think playing this a little bit slower is fine. One of my problems versus Discover N is I tend to play my cards too fast and not give enough credence to a slower game plan. I probably shouldn't have tapped the way I did, so I could have held up Island maybe. But now I guess I can't kill this thing with a Saga Momentum Breaker because they have a Saga token. I drew a Force. All right. Why not keep Yogwill? I just didn't see a lot of value in the Yogwill. Like, I have all the cards that are in my yard, I already really have in my hand, besides, like, Saga. So I didn't really see a lot of value in that. I'm going to play my Lurrus. Oh, maybe I should have fetched this thing away first. Well, I'm going to fetch away this Momentum Breaker and then replay Momentum Breaker and see which thing they use. Maybe they remove this in response because I didn't fetch first. Are they just going to make a construct and then sack the construct? I think that's fine. Like, aren't we winning from this spot? To me, it feels like we're winning from this spot. It's a very interesting spot that... I'm going to cash this in. I think it's worthwhile. I don't think I want to attack with Trainer. But maybe I'm just supposed to up the speed. Speed might matter in this game because I'm going to be trying to offset my mana crypt. It's possible. But then I can't block on the way back, though. And my life total matters more. I don't know. I might lose on time. It's possible. See. I don't know what they're going to search for here. Maybe they'll just search for a Vexing Bauble because I tapped out and I could have forced. I think that's probably the most likely thing that happens here. Like mana or Vexing Bauble are probably the only things that are left, right? I guess my opponent could theoretically have a Soul Guide Lantern or something. I guess that's a downside of flustering a Brainstorm there, is that I just expose myself to like Vexing Bauble plus Twister. I don't think Discoveren's a Twister gamer, though. Discoveren's very much like a old school, doesn't play win cons or cards that are like theoretically bad. Yeah, no Twister. Just hard cast Lorien Revealed while I'm tapped out. I think that's fine. It's not great for me because I did use my Fluster, but I think it's okay. They're going to be tapped out. I can get rid of this Bowmaster and PO. I guess I could just go... Like, I do want to get rid of the Bowmaster just because my life total is a little annoying. Oh, I hit Volt Key. So I just play Vexing Bauble and I Volt Key and I win. I guess that works. All right, I got the Force on the Vexing Bauble. I guess I force back. All right. All right. I like the way I played this game. This is a pretty good example of the fact that the Lurrus Control deck, as it's currently built, does not have good draw engines. It is not actually that good at playing a grindy game unless it gets a frog going. Like they did, I guess they did resolve Lorien Reveal at some point, but it kind of, well, you know, I mean, maybe not, maybe it's not a good example. They did resolve like all of their ancestral dig Lorien Revealed. All right. Well, maybe this is not exactly the answer, but I do really think that these decks are not the most powerful they can. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to articulate some kind of point. I think you can go over the top. And even in terms of playing like a controlling card drawing game, I think you can go over the top. But yeah, that was a pretty good example of Momentum Breaker plus Lurrus. That's true. There we go. I wonder if I'm supposed to play this Lantern. I do think that Lurrus Control, as it's currently built, needs adjustments. But obviously, Discoverin is adjusting. He's got 2 Mystical Disputes in the main. But the thing he definitely doesn't have a Null Rod. And I hate that. I think there's no excuse for your Lurrus Control deck to not to have a single Null Rod in the 75. Yeah, they don't end the game quickly. True. Like, if my opponent had just DT'd for a null rod in that game, it was going to be so much harder for me. But they just didn't have a null rod in their 75, so. I don't know where this lantern slots into my deck, chat. Anyone have any ideas? I think I want to put this lantern in my deck, but I don't know where. I don't really know what I want to cut. There's nothing I really want to cut for this lantern is the problem. Maybe I could cut Merchant Scroll. Is that crazy? Is Merchant Scroll the worst blue card in my deck right now? Probably not. I mean, it could just be the Storm Chaser's talent, but I don't actually hate the Storm Chaser's talent here. Like, it actually seems like this is one of the better matchups for it. They do have Wastelands. I don't like bringing in Needle for Wastelands. I never do that. Opal, I get real worried. It could be a 1 Force of Will. I'm just going to play it like this, but something I want to think about is maybe trying to be able to bring in Lantern in this matchup. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like 4 bobble. Oh. I don't know. These are the kind of hands I keep versus Discoverin, and he has 8,000 forces, so we'll see what happens. Mulligan is a good start. But, I mean, this is a hand, for sure. This is the kind of hand where it makes me like not want to get rid of force from my deck, right? Like, if this was a Soul Guide Lantern, my hand is substantially worse. That's stop looking at my hand for free. Come on, man. Please. I'm just gonna play Time Vault now, and then that lets me theoretically play around Spell Pierce if I draw a land. Hope I don't get wastelanded. No wasteland. All right. So what's the chance this Manifold Key resolves, chat? If I draw a mana, I'm probably supposed to just cast Stock Up, right? I guess I could get needled theoretically. I drew the land. So what do I get countered by? I feel like I can wait. I really feel like I shouldn't wait. Because I can't cast Hardcast Dispute. I guess they could cast Force plus Dispute. Negation plus Dispute. Yeah, I think I'm going. I mean, I don't think Discover End plays a needle. Like, these are not the kind of cards Discover End plays. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. This is the kind of line I get punished on so many times by Discover End. It's crazy. Like, if he has Negation plus Dispute here, then I lose my key, Vault Key forever, and then I have to win the game normally. Yeah. So, yeah, it's double force. As per usual. All right. So now I have to win this game normally. And then Bowmaster. Doesn't seem that bad. Top deck Ancestral. Is this going to be a Mishra's Bauble or is it going to be a Black Lotus? Oh, wait, they can just buy and play Lurrus? Or no? They need to have a land to buy and play Lurrus? I don't think this looks that good. I kind of wish I had stocked up. I kind of wish I had stocked up. That's fine. Let's see what we can do here. So they draw 2. I've got a hop. I'm going to cast Stock Up. They drew a Mystical Dispute. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just played myself by listening to Twitch chat, and I should have just gone with my gut instinct of playing to Stock Up there. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We'll do what we can here. I don't think I'm POing. I think I'm buying Lurrus and play. Oh, hold on. Let me just play this stupid top out first. Then I'll buy Lurrus. No, I think the keep is fine. I just think the way I played the hand is wrong. It just felt like unnecessarily all in, but we had force backup, so it's like hard not to. Would we be in a better spot if we waited? Maybe not. Buy Lurrus. They have a bobble loop. Like, I think we're losing. I kind of need to draw force. That's a force. It's also ancestral. They pitched Treasure Cruise Lorien revealed. Let me spin first, and then I can spin again after as well. Well, I'm not going to be able to beat... I mean, they're just not going to play Lurrus, right? If I Merchant Scroll for force. I'm going to spin first, and then I'll... Storm Chaser's Talent. Opal Storm Chaser's Talent. Ah, whatever. I don't think I want these cards. I think I lost this game. Sapphire, Lurrus, Mystical Dispute. Oh. Ancestral. All right, I'm at 8 life. Let's see what my fresh spin brought me here. All right, just a land drop. All right, all right, all right. Demonic Tutor. Yeah. Yeah, I want Demonic Tutor. So am I supposed to get Urza's Saga? Or am I supposed to wait and get Momentum Breaker? I think I'm going to get Urza's Saga. This is second DT for Urza's Saga. Surveil land. Bottomed. All right. I think I snap block if they go for attack. They have a second Bowmaster. I think that's fine. I guess it's just 1 damage. I kind of want to attack on the way back and gain life. I mean, I have to attack, right? Snap? I think it's fine. If they have a Bowmaster, I think it's fine. Wait, well, then why wouldn't I block? I don't know. This play sucks. I'm over it. We're just go next. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm supposed to just call. I feel like I'm supposed to just call, but what do I know? Do I have a counterspell with this? I don't. Okay. Well, they could just block with a Bowmaster. They just ping Lurrus and block with a Bowmaster. Like, that's better for me than blocking and then pinging and making the thing bigger. So, like, attacking is better, but I'm not sure. Like, so if my choice is that I'm calling, then I'm always attacking instead of blocking, is what I'm trying to say. I gotta play faster than this. I don't know why that didn't go to my end step. I should have just spun this earlier. Momentum Breaker. That's the one. I don't know what the right card is here, but... Now I'm not supposed to attack. I have enough life. I want this thing in play to keep Momentum Breakering. I think my deck is broken. I think I'm okay at Magic, but I think my deck is broken. This deck is so good. I don't think I played that perfectly, but we probably played it good enough, which is what matters, I guess. I don't know. It's not bad to jam key with force backup. I get myself into that situation with Discoverin a lot. And he always has very force heavy hands. So maybe that's just like variance. But I just feel like I get myself into positions where I jam too hard and get punished for it. And I don't know. It might still be correct here because having force backup is a lot. Like it's hard to have much more than that unless I had Flusterstorm. But I do have 3 Flusterstorms in my deck. Where playing a stock up might also get forced, but it might not get forced because they probe my hand, right? So I don't know. I don't know the answer. Magic is really hard. All right, here we go. Round 3 up against the very powerful Necromancer Lord Beerus, probably on Dredge. Our build is not very well suited to beat Dredge. It's kind of fallen out of the metagame to a significant degree, so we'll see what happens. Is this hand good enough? On the play, I think this hand is good enough. On the draw, I don't think this hand is good enough. On the play, I mean, maybe on the play this hand's not good enough either. I can't really like make Saga tokens. I don't really have a lot of mana to go through stock up. If Beerus does a freak out, not freak out. If Beerus does a fake out and he's not on Dredge, obviously this hand is good, but I doubt it. Well, this hand is better, so I'm going to keep this one. See where it takes us. Game 1, we have to combo kill our opponent, basically. So as many Moxen as we can get. I don't really want that to happen. All right, Mox? No. I think we're going to lose this game, but we'll try. What do I have on top? Mana Crypt is good. All right. Opponent. Activate. Dredge 5. Dredge 4. Hits a Icarid and an Amalgam. And a couple more Dredgers. And a Ghoul. And another Dredge. Okay, not bad. Oh, second Bazaar. Yes, 7-card double Bazaar. I should have guessed. All right, well, I'm going to have to probably win the game on this turn. Which is going to be challenging, because now they're going to have Icarid twice, Amalgam twice. Yeah, I mean, it's Beerus. If he doesn't have double Bazaar, it's a below average hand, you know? I think I actually keep this, because it's going to give me a higher chance of comboing after. I almost wish I had kept the PO over the stock up. But I didn't expect myself to hit Mana Crypt Sapphire, so... Now, if I get trapped, I get trapped. But hopefully that's not happening here. these are not good. If this Storm Chaser's talent was a... What was the card it was replacing? A Thunder Trap Trainer? It would definitely be better. Damn. So I could take Time Walk Jet and hope I rip. I could take Time Walk Storm Chaser's talent and then buy back Stock Up or Time Walk. I guess Storm Chaser's talent would let me buy back Time Walk. And it gives me a blocker. I think that's better. All right. Lost my flip. It's like I didn't have a blocker. Theo. Lorien revealed. Interesting. I could also buy and play Lurrus. I think we just Time Walk, right? To start. Give myself another look at a PO. 3 POs in my deck. Doesn't really hurt me. I mean, if my mana crypt happens, then it does hurt me, but swing for 2 has been asked. You know what? Just for you. I'll swing for 2, yeah. I'm not going to get a land with my Lorien reveal because I think there's a possibility I have to cast it. I lost another crypt flip to Larian Academy. Okay. I think I'd rather have a blue-black floating. Draw 3. Demonic Tutor Stock Up. 1, 2, 3 mana off of Academy. This is not enough, right? My opponent is dealing me at least 6. I mean, I'm dead if I'm dead. I can DT and go to 1 blue and cast Ancestral with 1 mana. I can stock up and go to 1 blue or black. Well, I can't snap Time Walk, or I would snap Time Walk. That costs 6 mana. I only have 4 mana. Let me think about this for a second. Ooh. Man, I wish I had a Time Walk still, but... What about Chain? Does Chain do anything? DT, Chain, 1 blue mana left. Sack, bounce 3 permanents. 1, 2, 3. Which would give me 1 blue, 4 mana, Storm Chasers. Not enough to Time Walk. I don't think another creature gets me there either, because I'm dying to Creeping Chills no matter what. So does Demonic Ancestral have a higher chance of winning than Stock Up? No, I feel like Stock Up. But Stock Up has to hit like Lotus Snap or Lotus Pio. Or I guess it could hit Ancestral. Let's see what Stock Up has for us here. Opal Stock Up Pio. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. Well, wait, now I can DT for a Lotus, but it doesn't do anything for me, right? Do I have a land drop this turn, or was that Academy? I feel like Academy was my land drop. I feel like I have no outs, though, if I go... I mean, it lets me keep casting spells, I guess. Damn. I don't think we were ever really, like, likely to win this game, but it does still kind of feel bad to lose this game. So I guess I could theoretically hit... I was thinking, like, Mana Crypt Jet, Yogwill, but I can't hit that. I think I'm just spinning my wheels and dying, right? I wonder if my chain line was better. Pretty rough. I'm gonna just do this, I guess. I don't know. I would like to go back and look at this game and see if I couldn't have found a better line than the one I chose. I had Jet Vanavolt, Brainstorm Saga. Yeah. There's also like the ability to theoretically buy Lurrus, but also wonder if there was the ability to get 17 things and kill them that way. I don't know. I did lose both crypt flips, that's true, but I think I'm dying. Like, this is 9 from Icarid, at least 12, 13, and then any number of chills. I don't know. I feel like something had to happen there, and I don't know if it doesn't feel like it did. I want to bring in my Graveyard Hate, which is not very a lot. Yeah, I mean, I am not playing a main deck thing for Dredge because Dredge is not worth it to main deck for. There's just not enough Dredge in the metagame for that. It's not really like a Lantern isn't really what I want there. I just want to Volt Key combo my opponent there, and I just didn't really hit Volt Key combo, right? Like, I hit a bunch of mana, but I didn't hit POs. I didn't have POs with the mana to play POs. It's actually funny because if I had pitched stock up instead of PO on the very first spell of the game, I don't think any of the blockers lines work because my opponent still has Creeping Chills in their deck, right? So I can still get domed for 12 for free. So I'm taking like 28 damage no matter what there. So it doesn't really work that way. I don't really like Chain or Storm Chaser or Misstep or Probe or Negation. I don't actually mind Momentum Breaker because it can make it so I don't actually care about Hollow One. But I probably don't want to. I don't really like Misstep for just Noxious, but maybe I'll put Probe back in. I don't like this. I don't know. Oh, we'll go back and look at game one. I'm sure there were other choices we could have made. Felt pretty bad there. This is like max mental damage. That is disgusting. Just like all the cards we wanted, but none of the mana. That's that. How do I mentally recover from that one? What is this? This isn't good either. All right. I think I want to just hope and pray that my land... You want to ditch the land? No, I don't think we can ditch the land. I think we just ditch the Time Walk. I do have to figure out what I want to do with this hand, though. My opponent's on a mulligan to 3. My opponent's on a mulligan to 2. My opponent's on a mulligan to 2. So I'm going to go all in and go for Lurrus. If they kept Mindbreak Trap as their only other card, then he's a beast. Okay, now I do wish I had the time walk back, obviously, but I shouldn't have played this land out. All right. PO Ruby. PO. I mean, I don't take PO stock up. Just try to win. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. He had 7-card Bazaar, double Bazaar game 1, and game 2 he had 2-card hand. So he actually had double Bazaar in this hand, actually. It's kind of funny. But yeah, it went well for us, so I'm gonna keep that on top because I think extra mana is good here. Opponent's obviously out of cards. I'm just gonna start by POing everything back to my hand. And then I will replay Lurrus, get another Lotus activation. Maybe he'll concede if I just play this stupid lantern. Okay. All right. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Game 3. Game 3. I think this is also like a pretty amazing example of why we play Lurrus and not Tinker. Like, just you have this incredible card just sitting in your free zone. It's just broken. We run it back. All right. I had a good variance happen, or my opponent had good variance and my opponent had bad variance. Now where will he land in game 3? I know Beerus. I knew he would scoop to the lantern, so that's why we cast it. Well, I might not have had Tinker. That's the whole point, Zajad. Like, I may or may not have Tinker. I always have Lurrus. I think I keep this hand and hope that I draw a blue source. I think that would be a great disappointment to the format if Lurrus was gone, but some people want that. I kind of want to keep this hand. You don't want to keep this hand? I have my best card in Needle. I have Vault Key. But I guess I can get Vigored. But like if I hit a blue land, I literally can't lose the game. Like this hand just beats everything if I have a blue land on top. And it beats a lot of things even without a blue land on top. Y'all really want to ship this? Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. It's not high. The percentage is not that good, but there's like also other good draws. I don't think I'm dead to a hollow one. Because like Black Source is also good, but there's not actually that many of those either. Yeah, that's a very fair point. I'm a lot worse against Grief. I'm going to mulligan my hand, but I think it's closer than you guys are giving it credit for. Yeah, I guess we'll try that. My opponent is on 5 at the moment. Are there any cards actually banned in Vintage due to power level? Well, Lurrus was the card that was banned in Vintage due to power level, but they nerfed Lurrus, so. Yes, drawing Ancestral Mox Time Walk Bobble is better. Yes, chat. Of course it is. But like, have you guys seen what happens to me? Like, I'll draw an unplayable hand next. Thug, Imp, Narcomoeba, Bazaar. Force backup. Okay. I think I like starting with Time Walk. If they force my Time Walk here? All right, well, I'm going to force back. I'm not really happy about that sequence there. I don't even want to play this bauble. This bauble's so bad. I need to hit like multiple mana sources so I can find a needle. Oh, well, that worked. I could also just go for Vault Key. What's my chance of winning this game if I do that? I don't think they can win fast enough. And then I have Lurrus to offset my mana crypt, I think, so. Should just win. I mean, I luck sack this game for sure. I don't even think I played this game correctly. Hey, I want to flip though. Yeah, I actually can't lose from this spot because I have Lurrus life gain. It's so broken. Yeah, Lurrus is nuts. I feel like I luck I feel like I luck sacked though. I do feel like I luck sacked this game. I feel like I high rolled real hard. Like Beerus mulled the 2 in game 2, and then this mulligan was quite good. But yeah, I think I high rolled Beerus here. All right, it happens. Sometimes you gotta have it roll the other way. All right, we have a very interesting matchup here in the 3-0 bracket of this challenge. I am up against Frosty. Frosty has been working on Stock Up Oath. Yes, you heard me right. Oath of Druids in the year 2025. Stock Up is that good. It could maybe even make Oath playable again. I'm on the draw. I'm on the play. I have a cat. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm running a little hot today, I think. I'm having some nice mocks in hands. Some very nice mocks in hands. I'm not going to probe my opponent because I want to be able to pitch this probe to force and keep PO and stock up. I am also going to stream the showcase tomorrow. And yes, I am. Stock up, turn 1, restrict it. That's better dig through time. Oh my god. So, is the answer Jet and Crypt? Or is the answer Crypt and PO? It's gotta be Crypt and PO. And I pass. It's not that Oath is not playable. It's just that Oath is not as good as it used to be. The decks that it was preying on were like blue-black Lurrus with no answers to Oath of Druids. And like Lurrus kind of diversified itself into Esper and blue-black. And the Esper matchup is very bad because they have tons of answers in Containment Priest. One of the biggest problems with the show and tell Oath build is, it doesn't have like a very good draw engine. So you're kind of just all-inning and hoping it works. Stock Up helps a little bit in that regard. And then it's really weak against Containment Priest. And there was a lot of Containment Priest decks running around. There was a lot of Mono White Initiative, which was actually not a very good matchup for Oath. It was a pretty close matchup. So yeah, lots of things. Yeah, that's true. Jewel is on the downtick. Maybe Oath can make a comeback, but like I don't think Oath is good against my deck, so see. Vexing Bauble. Wow, it's really good here. I have to force it. Hopefully they don't like go. I mean, even if they go Orchard Oath, it's not that bad for me. But if they go like Time Walk Show and Tell, it's pretty bad for me. What is their counter magic suite? 1 Flusterstorm, 1 negation, 4 force. Should I play around 1 Flusterstorm? It'll have 4 copies. This is actually kind of hard. No, I don't think I'm supposed to play around it. I think I'm just supposed to jam. The upside is the game ends, right? Oh, they have force. They've had Spell Pierce Pista Force. Okay. All right, well, I mean, if they show and tell an Atraxa, they show and tell an Atraxa. I feel like I played this game correctly. So, see what happens. I'm surprised they didn't force back on the bobble. Here's the show and tell. Oh, Tinker. All right. Hopefully they brick. Their deck can definitely brick on Tinker. We'll see what happens. Mox is not a brick. Land is good. Mox is not a brick. They might leave a force on top of their library if they find a force. If they pass without fetching, that means they have a force. I don't know what that does for us because we're still screwed. Okay, they have a force on top of their library because they passed without fetching. What does that mean for us? Merchant Scroll. Huh. Maybe I can bait them into countering the Merchant Scroll? I need them to force this. But they shouldn't. And they didn't. I could chain their Citadel. Doesn't seem very good. I just don't have enough blue sources for this. If Lurrus was a blue card, I could get a force here. But Lurrus is not a blue card. I'm just like not sure chaining the Citadel is good. I guess I could chain my own Sapphire and sack my C. And then bounce the wait a second. Chain is so good. I chain my Sapphire and then I sack my C and I bounce the Citadel. They have to counter it and then I PO. What the okay, this chain just keeps coming up and it just keeps being great. Chain my Sapphire. I guess they could just counter my chain. So they should just counter my chain. Wow. Yeah, yeah, okay. So I guess it doesn't actually help me. Is that better? I don't know. It's fine. So like what was the other plan? I just like got another PO and just got the PO countered. I mean, I hope they just like brick hard enough, I guess. They just keep a card on top, or they might have just kept a card on top there. It's not a good sign. Stock up. Well, now they can't cast an Atraxa off of Citadel. That's good, but they can still like show and tell an Atraxa. Well, they were gonna draw the blue, and they, like I guess we would hope they don't have a blue. Yeah, maybe that would be better. But they also would like know, and then they could have like used. Oh, but then they wouldn't have been able to fetch. Yeah, maybe just chaining the Citadel and the draw step is better line. Possibly. They're at 6 life. Ancestral. I don't know. This sucks. Can't believe we lost this game. Thought we were in such a good spot. But they just had two. They had a Vexing Bobble and they had a Force and they had a Tinker. It was too many things. They're almost at hard cast Atraxa. Yeah, maybe just chain draw step is best. I don't know. It's like kind of rough too. Like they still have a fetch land. Yeah, I don't know. Is it dig through time? What is this? I don't have a dig in their deck. 3 show and tells, flash. Another stock up. Jesus. This just needs to hit show and tell Atraxa, right? Really, realistically. I guess if it just hits force blue card, that's also probably enough. And then just get cast Atraxa at some point. Oh, Oko. Turn off. I mean, it's kind of bad if they turn any of my things off. They get hit by it. Just made a food token instead. All right, I mean, they're tapped out. They have to have a force in their hand or a force on top. If I draw another black source or white source, I can play Lurrus first and see if I can get a counter spell or something, but that probably wouldn't draw a counter spell. DT. What does that do? I can still PO. But I can't, like, DT for a force again. I can't DT for a Flusterstorm. I can DT for a Vexing Bobble. That might do it. Is that worth it? I think that's worth it. Or maybe we're coming up with some creative lines here. If they counter this, I'll PO in response. Force from hand. Woo! Okay. I didn't win. I also don't have a black source. So we stocking up. PO Jet. Wait, PO Jet does not work. Island PO? Or Jet. Oh, yeah, Jet Yoggle does not work. So I guess we're going Island PO. I could go fetch land PO. Is that better? I don't think I've just gets another card out of my deck. Okay. Oh, it puts the jet back in. So that's pretty reasonable. So Vexing Bobble doesn't stop Citadel because they have an Oko. We didn't hit a different black source. Uh-oh. So our next thing is we kick a trainer. Is kicking a trainer better than 1, 2, 3, 4? I can exactly kick a trainer, or I could do 1 trainer and try to hit Opal, or if I do 1 trainer and hit Opal, I actually can't PO off of Yogwill. So I guess we should just kick a trainer for force. Or should I just play a trainer and play a bobble so that they have to Oko my bobble? I mean, they don't have to. I mean, they're going to cast a fucking Atraxa here, aren't they? Don't I need a force? I feel like I need to find force, find blue card. And then I can try to win with Yagua on the next turn. Found Force. I also found Opal. Does that change anything? I don't think so. I have to hit a blue card off of this. I missed on a blue card! I missed on a blue card! No! Okay. I could draw a blank. I could bobble for a blue card, or I could play Opal Bobble. Why? This deck is so hard, dude. What's my chance of blue card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know 6 cards on the bottom. 11, 15. Oh, I don't know the answer. I'm gonna try Opal Bobble. I don't know. No, that's got to be worse. It should just been blind draw. It should just been blind draw. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I needed a blue card. I think I needed to blind a blue card. No. I don't really care. Like, I can get another momentum breaker if I really wanted to. A momentum breaker shouldn't really do anything anyways, because they can always like make 2 creatures and stuff. I don't think that matters. Oh, they didn't cast an Atraxa here though. So that's good. They did not cast an Atraxa. That's very good. That was our biggest worry. But maybe we were beating Cast Atraxa. No, we weren't beating Cast Atraxa because then they could just hit the bobble with the Oko. Seven cards are in my opponent's hand. Like Oath, Time Walk, maybe? Oh, there's Time Walk. Time Walk, Oath. I think we were supposed to win this game, but we just missed on a good card. Now I think they might just loop Time Walks on us. This game was really rough that we were losing this from any spot. But like, we had a broken hand. Our hand was so good. We would turn 1 stock up, force back up into a PO win. Well, they didn't hit a Gaia's Blessing here. So that means they're not time walking again, right? So maybe we have a chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do have Flash or Fluster or Show. I think we're not going to have enough stuff. We also need to make sure our health total doesn't go to 10 so they can't activate Citadel on us. Which means like we can't lose a crit flip and vamp. This deck, oh man. All right, so they're definitely taking. They can't take more than 1 oath. And they get basically everything here. They just have to choose between Sapphire, Soul Ring, and then they have to choose between Flash, Fluster. I feel like my opponent's gonna untap here with like multiple forces though, and they're gonna hit this bobble. Maybe I should have. They took Soul Ring and they took Flusterstorm. Makes sense. I don't know how we're beating Flusterstorm from this spot. I mean, the good news is we're not getting time walked again. The bad news is I feel like that's enough cards there we're going to lose. How do I win this game? They do have to kind of be careful. Like, if they turn our bobble into an elk and we draw... I guess they have 2 food tokens. Maybe we can't ever kill them with damage. This game was really hard. Another oath to go infinite with their time walks. Yeah, I mean, we did miss. After casting a bunch of cards. I thought we were in home free, but we were not. We basically just needed this opal earlier so that we could use like Yogwill PO, right? We kind of hit like land, black spell, no black card, no black mana off of our draw 4. All right, there's the elk. Now they can cast spells with Citadel if they want. They're gonna pass the turn. All right, we need to be able to not lose a crypt flip and beat Fluster and maybe extra forces. I don't know if we can do that. We definitely need to start by not losing this crypt flip, though. We lost the crypt flip. So now we can't vamp tutor unless my opponent goes and doesn't understand that they can't activate their Citadel. That they can activate their Citadels. Now we can't vamp, which is really bad for us. Was our top card blue? Our top card was not blue. That's not good for us. It's not good for us. I guess we cast Yogwill and hope it resolves. Like, what else are we doing here? Gain 3 life. Oh, they gaining life to maybe cast a force off the top? I mean, they have a Fluster. Like, I'm so the Fluster anyways. The Vexing Bubble wasn't really doing anything. Yeah, they just cast a force off the top by gaining life. I can force back, but it's just not good. And then I die. Wow. All right, well, that sucks. Yeah, all right, that sucks. Okay. Losing that match was really sad, but I can't vamp or my opponent kills me with Citadel. Or I would have vamped on my upkeep. If I won the crypt flip, I would have vamped on my upkeep for a blue card. All right. Negations and Flusterstorms. And my opponent is on 2 Null Rods in the sideboard. I can't believe we lost that game. That's so frustrating. Okay. 2 Null Rods in the sideboard. All right, we don't need an island. We don't need a thing that makes a creature or a creature. And then we probably don't need both momentum breakers. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I don't really like Needle. Some people would bring in Needle here. I'm not one of them. Man. So we PO'd for how much in that game? We PO'd for 4 twice, and we lost? Classic log T1. Every time I PO for 4 and 5, I lose, and he says every time anyone else POs for 3, they automatically win. Oh! Mana Matrix is back up. I just had to ask. They just needed to reboot the server. Love it. All right, sweet. Man, I don't know. I kind of want to go back and like look at that game, but I'm going to wait till after the match is over. Very sad. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I guess. Watch it. They're on one Flusterstorm, right? Just one Flusterstorm. One consign, couple, maybe consigned to memory. I'm not sure those will come in. I'm pretty sure I'm just casting a. Come on, man. Be serious. I can't counter this. Log, it was your fault. It's your fault. We cast PO for 4, PO for 5, and lost. It's Log's fault. He was here the whole time. I can't even counter this, because if I counter this, I lose too much mana, and then I force it, and then I don't even have the... I'm going to counter it. This is so bad. Oh, I should not have countered that. It was so wrong. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Shit. Why am I losing to Oath? This matchup's so good. I'm getting my butt kicked. I mean, it's quite the hand. Tracks it with force backup. I guess I have force. Oh, just Oath of Druids. I don't know, man. I'll try countering it, I guess. Hard cast force backup. Incredible. I don't know, man. What did I do wrong here? I'm just dead. Just dead. No, these are so good too. Yeah, I just keep. I'm dead, dude. Okay, I'm gonna take Mana Volt and I'm gonna take PO and I'm gonna try to PO next turn with Force with Fluster backup maybe. Try to draw an extra Mox and I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're dead. If I don't crack the bauble, they ancestral and I lose to like Orchard Oath. And if I do crack the bauble, they just play 4 restricted cards and kill me. Like, I mean, my opponent's hand was broken. And my opponent's hand was Ancestral, Lotus, Crypt, Pearl, Oath, Force, Orchard. He's a beast. I don't know. I thought I was running hot, but I guess I wasn't. My opponent hit triple Atraxa, but they hit Flash and Tinker. Okay, cool. We're dead. What the? Oh, man. Beseju, Flash, Atraxa, Oath, Tinker. Yeah. Start with a nice Tinker for a Citadel. Can always Flash, find a Force. Oh, wait. Citadel's in the yard. They messed up. Oh, they Tinker for Null Rod. What a beast. Oh, okay. I've invested. It's fine. Sometimes you lose games of Magic. This is one of those games. Sometimes your opponent has too many CADs. They wanted to go for Citadel, or they would have tapped Pearl and flashed in Atraxa, but hey, that's technically that technically bounces the Null Rod, except I'm dead far before that actually ever happens. My opponent has a Gaia's Blessing, so they like loop their Atraxas and stuff. Oath is in a great spot if you draw 7 restricted cards in your opening hand. What do you want from me? And your PO opponent draws 9 and fizzles. I'm not mad. Just disappointed. They're besageing my... Oh my god. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't want to play anymore. I'm over it. We'll go to the next. Yeah, I think that's an incredible matchup. It's one of our best in the entire format, but sometimes you lose your good matchups. That's how it works. Okay, here we are, round 5. We are 3-1 now. Our breakers are not actually very good, apparently, even though we started 3-0. So we will do our best. We're trying to win 2 more rounds and top 8 this event. Sometimes you take a loss. Oh, that's a nice little hand. I'm not bad. I'm not okay. What am I even saying? I'm not even caffeinated. I don't know what's going on. I'm not drunk and I'm not caffeinated and I still can't speak. This hand's pretty good as long as my opponent is not on Dredge. I think this is a good hand, a good example of like where clearly Thunder Trap Trainer looks. I guess maybe Storm Chaser's Challenge could be pretty good here because you would be able to force something and then being able to rebuy pretty much on the next turn. Was this Flesh Raker Shops? Mana Crypt. I gotta be very careful what I choose to Force of Will here. That's what I learned in my testing. Sensei's Top is fine. Key is fine. I mean, Key's not fine, but I'm gonna let Key go. Crawly Boy. I'm gonna force this Crawly Boy. And then am I gonna pitch PO or am I gonna pitch Trainer? I feel like we just pitch PO. Sewers is a shit draw. It's basically the worst. I actually just like don't have a lot of action in this hand now. But I really didn't have action before either, so not really sure what it was supposed to do, but basically drawing Sewers was terrible. So we found a blue card. I don't want to use this blue card, but I do need to have a blue card. Would I rather... I mean, I just want stock up, right? Just want to have stock up. I don't want to force here. My opponent draws an extra card each turn. Maybe that's too slow. My opponent plays a ring, we would probably force it. My opponent plays a time vault, we would definitely force it. All right. So opponent should probably just draw an extra card with top here. They're going to spin instead. I think I like that worse. I think I'd rather just draw an extra card. Blind draw. Unless they have a land, in which case they can spin and then draw and draw. Draw and play. I'm really in trouble this game. I lost both of my action spells to force. Maybe I was supposed to do something else. Not sure. They're just going to draw and play a strip mine. Sure. That's not too bad for me. I guess it means if I draw a blue spell, I can't cast it this turn because I drew Sewers. But I'm going to play Urza's Saga and see what we can get done that way. They have a Mana Crypt in play, but they haven't lost their first flip. And they haven't lost their second flip. And I don't have a counterspell for top. Do you have a new ring? Oh, they do have a ring on top. Oh, they just have natural vault. It's uncanny how often they have this natural vault. It's crazy. All right, whatever. Maybe I'm just supposed to let the crawler resolve. Don't know. Dismembers, snuff outs. No, I don't care. I'm not gonna sit there and hope they lose 7 flips before they find things that kill me. It's just not a good use of my time. Yes, you should probably do that if you're trying to win a tournament, but I'm not interested. Island out. Flusterstorm out. Challenge, I guess, out. Probe out. Bobble on the play is probably fine. Negation out. Yogwill out. Lorien revealed out. Try this. Just like spent too much mana doing, or too much stuff doing. What is this? This is just garbage. Oh, I don't like these hands. I really don't like these hands. I really don't like them. Well, I'm gonna blind name the One Ring here. Which is not exactly great if they go for like board out One Rings and play. I don't want that. Maybe I just can name top. But I have top kind of covered. Or at least I have Flesh Raker top covered. Name the One Ring. I'm in a really bad spot again. This mulligan has not put me in a good place. And they kept 7. My hands have kind of dried up. I stopped drawing like the Moxen stock up hands, and now I'm in a really bad spot. Ancient City of Traders, huh? Patchworky? Patchwork would be a little annoying, but not super. Oh my lord. Alright, just 6 mana. Disruptor Flute, sure. What are they gonna do? Name stock up? Name Force so they can resolve something right now? They named Force so they can resolve something? Karn? This is unbelievable. Okay, sure. Yeah. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. That's wild. All right, yeah. I boarded out the Storm Chaser's talent, huh? This is kind of the exact spot where I wanted to have Storm Chaser's talent. I feel like I want my Raker Shops opponents to be like playing Patchwork Automatons and Crawlers and Flesh Rakers, and they never do that. All they do is play Volt Keys and turn 1 Karns. Like this is not the first time this happened. This is what happened last week as well. They got a Grim Monolith from Exile. Fantastic. Is this 3 mana more? Or it's 3 mana more, so I can't even cast it. Okay. Are they just gonna go like Lattice on me? Is that what's happening here? No, you just you have like 30 bad cards in your deck, but you draw the 2 restricted cards every time. Come on now. They have Lattice in their deck. You can't snuff out with Lattice in play, it becomes colorless. That's fucking so crazy. It's just unreal. Oh, wait. This is not that kind. Maybe they'll stand up the Lattice. I can't force because force is colorless, but Snuff Out just requires swamp. Please stand up the lattice. Give me the... Please stand up the lattice, bro. Please. Watch him just stand up the flute every time like a beast. I don't know. Like, I could have changed like how I played game one slightly, but I don't know if it would have mattered. My hands were kind of medium control-y hands and didn't have enough action in them. And my opponent's hands were straight gasoline. Yeah, I feel like it's hard not to force crawler there, though. I think they're trying to figure out why I'm not conceding, and I think they will eventually figure it out, and we will lose this game. Oh, nope. They didn't figure it out. Oh, wait a second. They did not figure it out. We're back. I mean, we're still losing. we are still very much losing, but we are back. This is quite the screenshot. We're still so dead. We're still just so lost. Yeah, we still cannot possibly win the game. But I mean, small victories. I think so, McWin Sauce, possibly. I'm not sure. It's definitely debatable though. I mean, that's vintage. Sometimes you just get run over. It's not like I would have, if I like knew my opponent was on this deck, it's not like I would have mulliganed my game one hand. But it just didn't line up very well. And then obviously this hand is just like top tier variance, like one of the best possibles. And my hand was again slow, no Moxen, multiple mulligans. I mean, it's not even about playing optimally or not optimally. Like if you just have a broken hand, you have a broken hand. We've had some of those today as well. Sometimes I open up with, you know, Mox, Mana Crypt, PO, Opal. I haven't opened that up today yet, but you can. I don't know what this needs to hit to be good, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes you lose two of your best matchups. This happens. And you beat some of your worst matchups. I think Dredge is not a very good matchup for my current build of the deck, and I think Lurrus PO or Lurrus Control can be pretty challenging as well. Are they gonna get the Soul Guide Lantern out of the sideboard to exile the Lattice, or what are we doing here? It doesn't matter what we're doing here. Do they have double top kill? Like a beast. Patchworky. I can't win this game, so it doesn't really matter. I'm done. I'm not gonna sit here and wait. Yeah. Wow. What a brutal. We worked so hard to get here, and it all fell apart. It's okay. We can go 4-2 and get 9th again, and probably be happy. Okay, here we go. Sixth and final round of our vintage challenge here. We're probably not going to make top 8 on breakers, sadly. We just had some wheels fall off in the last few rounds, but that's okay. We're here to practice for tomorrow's showcase. Opponent is a big Jewel believer, so this will be good practice against that deck. Unfortunately, this hand is not ideal against Jewel. I wonder if it's a keep, though. Wow. This is tough. I don't know. I don't think this is good enough against Jewel, but it is Academy. Like, I can go Bobble Academy, Key, untap Merchant Ancestral. It's just like, am I likely to die on turn 1 if I do that? Possibly. I guess I don't know that they're on Jewel, but they did have a good challenge yesterday with Jewel. You too. I wish I had like a little bit of a better hand than this. I don't know if I'm allowed to mulligan it though. Yeah, but it's an ancestral hand. I don't know. Try mulliganing it. This hand is. I found my broken hand, so yeah. I guess mulliganing was good. London mulligan confirmed broken again. I guess this hand would be broken even without the London mulligan because I would not have this delta and I'd still have turn 1 PO. But London mulligan makes it even better. These were the kind of hands I needed last round. Like, if you keep this hand and your opponent is on Raker Shops, they just instantly lose the game. But that's magic. Sometimes you have good hands, sometimes you have bad hands, and sometimes you have hands in between. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to jam this on turn 1 and make my opponent have force. If they're Jewel, it means they're unlikely to have a negation in the main, so we don't really get punished for going on our turn. And I'm willing to take a bet that they are, in fact, on Jewel. So we're going to go hard. Because we have Mana Vault and not Mana Crypt, we're definitely going with our PO first. We'll see if the turn 1 log PO wins. The PO for 3. More powerful than PO for 4, PO for 4. Opponent is unfortunately double queuing the standard challenge, so we might be in between game actions fairly frequently here. That is something that happens. Shame we don't have a Tinker. Well, none of these cards would be cut in the Tinker deck, so it's not like any of these cards would be Tinker. All right, Mr. Giggs. Show me Force of Will. They have Force of Will. Force of Will pitching Time Walk. All right, show me turn 1 Jewel combo. Basic Island. Basic Island Ancestral Recall. Okay, fair enough. Classic Jewel. Just unbelievable. Yeah, Blue card, Force, Ancestral Island is a hell of a thing. Stock up. I don't think I want a second stock up. Unless I get forced again, I guess. I feel like I'm hoping I get all the things I need off my first stock up. Force, Chain, Storm Chasers, Talent, Saga. All right, well, I wish I had kept stock up. I was immediately punished for not keeping the second stock up. I guess I had some hubris. Because now I have to keep Force blue card. Alright, I can at least take Storm Chasers and then I might do something later. Yeah, no, it's my fault. It's my fault. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was just supposed to freaking keep the second stock up. This is why we're here. We were learning. We were learning. I was bad. It was a bad play. I'm very clearly on tilt, chat. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you guys noticed. I don't know if you noticed. You probably didn't notice. Stock up is broken. Agreed. Blue land, one ring. I hate it here. My bad. My bad. I'm just bad. It's my fault. All right, Sully, take a nap. I know you don't like new cards because you're a boomer. Take a nap. Like if I registered the card, it's not bad. If I like I clearly think there's something valuable of having it in my deck. Trust me a little bit here, please. Just another one ring. Tinker. PO for 2. Sure. My opponent just rolling in the blue mana sources and the blue cards. So should I PO here? I guess I should PO. I should vamp for PO and then go opal PO. Hopefully I don't lose. Or should I just go Ancestral? Maybe Ancestral's better. Well, the thing is, if I go for PO, I can get my Mana Vault to have value again, right? Like I lose out on an opal mana, but I gain my Mana Vault mana. I don't know. It also like I can get misstepped, right? Wouldn't stock up be better? No. Not when it re-gets all my mana. Like I'm trying to win the game on this turn. I don't want to give my opponent another turn. Like stock up takes all of my mana and I get to make no further plays. I'm not listening to chat. I'm doing what I said I was gonna do. I'm getting a PO. You know PO is draw 3 for free. Except for this Mox Opal. Oh, they can't, man. This is half the they have a Solomolacrum synthesizer. Bottom. Talon Gates. They have all the blue sources. Love it. They're at 12. Maybe they died in the Mana Crypt. I do have a Lurrus coming, right? Brainstorm. That was really loud. I think this Brainstorm is not a good idea. I think I should buy Lurrus. Makes my Brainstorm better, doesn't it? I'll buy Lurrus. Hopefully I get a turn. Maybe my opponent draws Tinker and Tinkers for a key. They're just gonna draw. I mean, Tinker is better than just draw. What is this? What is this? They don't have PO. This thing's unbelievable. Why didn't you just do that on your turn? My opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 blue and 3 blue lands. What a beast. I'm getting my butt kicked, chat. They went bottom. They might brick. Just kidding. Uh-huh. Man, I don't know. I definitely like I definitely played badly though, right? I didn't keep that second stock up and I lost the game because of it. It's my fault. Did it actually like lose the game? Maybe. It's possible. I don't know why I just like bid in the stock up. I thought I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Like I want a second stock up. I want the first stock up to be able to find a force and like some action. I just don't know why I did that. Like I wasn't thinking, obviously. It's not a good sign if I have to like grind out really hard fought matches to win, and then I can't. And then if my opponent does anything good, I lose. It's not a good sign. All right. Well, gets a lot better post board. This is the only matchup I have those two negations for, so. Don't think I want to bring in answers for Hull Breacher, but I have to consider that. Especially because my opponent's playing Simulacrum Synthesizer. I think I just don't care. I actually think this is probably one of the better matchups for Storm Chaser's talent because it produces an early game attacking threat, which makes it harder for my opponent to go for a jewel combo. And it also acts as a rebuy on Force of Will. So I actually think if there was any matchup where Storm Chaser's talent was particularly good, this probably is one of them. Consigned to Memory is the 26th most played spell in Vintage, actually. The only reason I'm playing Steel Sabotage instead of Consigned to Memory is because my deck cares about Null Rod, and I want to bounce Null Rod. Most controlling decks that don't care about Null Rod will play Consigned to Memory instead of Steel Sabotage. That's basically the distinction, though. Like, if I think Consigned to Memory is just extremely good against the format at the moment. But I need to play Steel Sabotage, so. All right, let's try this again. Maximum focus, no binning stock ups and losing the game because of it. Just have no blue mana. My opponent's Jewel deck had more blue mana than I did. Okay. I think it's time to give it up, chat, and just move on to tomorrow. I think it's just time to move on to tomorrow because, like, what am I supposed to do here? My 7-card hand has no mana. My 6-card hand has no mana. This one has turn 1 stock up, so it's pretty damn good. I mean, this hand's like by far my best hand. Yeah, well, Moxen don't do anything if they don't make blue mana. True story, by the way. Merchant Talarian. Probably Merchant Tolarian. Everything else is too passive. So it's quite a good 5, I must say. Any Mana Crypt stock up hand is quite good. Turn 1 Jewel with Force backup. No Jewel? They must have hard cast Force of their own. That's the only time you would do this, right? Like you just have hard cast Force trying to play a slower game. Yeah, I guess they could have Hull Breacher. That's true. I don't think I'm beating Hull Breacher for what it's worth. Like, how can I ever beat a Hull Breacher from this spot? I just can't because I drew negation, negation, not force. That sounds very unlikely. I mean, I'm definitely not casting it on my turn. I have negations, so... They can also just, like, float in a way that Sync doesn't actually beat it, right? I mean, I think I have to wait. Like, I don't think I can actually... I don't think I can actually jam into it. So, I feel like I have to play around it. Maybe they have hard cast negation. I guess if they hard cast negation, then I guess that's real in response and then find another blue card, hopefully. All right, they definitely have Breacher, right? Like, it just must be Breacher. But how do I beat that? I just can't beat it, right? I have no counterplay. Oh wait, they cracked it. I'm gonna Ancestral and hope to draw a blue card. I have a lot of blue cards in my deck, so it's not the biggest reach. Lost a flip, drew a delta, play a time vault, play a opal, buy a Lurrus, play a Lurrus. I mean, this opens me up to a Metamorph, but I have to make plays. I can't just like not play the game. Metamorph, bring back Lotus. They could have also copied this and played Key. I don't think I'm allowed to not do this, right? Like, I feel like I have to make the play, put all the permanents in play. Could be wrong. Second Metamorph, maybe? I mean, they have Lotus. They haven't cast it yet. They could go Black Lotus Jewel here. I don't know. Like, am I supposed to not do anything? Just like simply play no cards and pass? Is that correct? feel like it can't be the case. We played Mana Vault. No, I mean I knew it could happen. I specifically played it I specifically knew it would happen and played it anyways. Like I thought about it and then I said I don't care. I'm playing it. You know? Like my opponent is at kind of a lower life total. If they don't have a Metamorph, it's very important for me to have a Lurrus in play. It also deters like theoretical jewels. But I feel like it makes complete sense. It just is weak to Metamorph. So, I don't know. And we also put our opponent on having like a Hull Breacher, right? So, also I have a Mana Crypt killing me. I've lost all my Crypt flips. That's a hell of a draw. Please work, man. Please work. Steel Sabotage, Steel Sabotage, Paradoxical Outcome, Vampiric Tutor. So I take Steel Sabotage Vamp, and I go for Vault Key, and I hope that's enough. And if I need to, I can theoretically bounce my Crypt, but I'm sure I'm going to have to counter something. I wonder if I'm supposed to Vamp now before my opponent can have Hardcast Force up. I don't think attacking makes sense there, because I'm always going to lose 3 life on the swing back anyways. I think because my opponent can have untapped Force of Will, I guess they will still untap Force of Will and beat me, so that doesn't actually help me. There was a PO. I specifically chose not to PO because I think my opponent's been representing Hull Breacher this entire game, and I have Vault Key. Yeah, I don't think I'd make that play, Mark. I'm gonna Vamp for Key. Yeah, that's true. I have Rebuy Lurrus as well. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Sabotage covers me against like a Jewel here. Doesn't cover me against a PO. Covers me against a Ring. A Ring is actually legitimately a problem in this spot because I'm not gaining life. This is maybe just be Jewel with Force backup. I can PO, chat. Like I can PO. I chose not to PO because I think this playing around Hull Breacher is better. Please be a Jewel and not a PO. Fuck. I lost. Like I'm covered by I'm covered from like almost all of their like bad things that can happen with Steel Sabotage. So it's like all I need to do is dodge Paradoxical Outcome. I have to counter this Metamorph on the way down because it can be a Time Vault for Manifold Key. Oh, wait, what? They didn't want to win? They have another PO? 3 in the top 18? No, here's a Metamorph. I mean, now I just let the Metamorph resolve. Oh, they just have another key, I guess. They have another Metamorph. Does it make sense to wait and bounce instead? Or does it make sense to counter? I guess bounce... Well, bounce is a Metamorph, so that would be bad. I guess it wouldn't be bad, because they'd have to have another key, right? Key, activate. Oh. Oh no, they have to replay it as a time vault. And then they won't have a key. That's not... It does. It does work. They just have another Metamorph? That's not enough mana. They have another key. They have a PO. All right, fair enough, man. It's just not my day. It's not my day. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, obviously I didn't play very well in that set. I should never have been the stock up on the surveil trigger, but obviously clearly tilted from the subsequent rounds. That's okay. It happens. We went 3-0, and then we went 0-3. Did we learn anything? I don't think I'm playing the Storm Chasers challenge. I think it's worse than just having the two trainers. And then I am still going to get rid of this negation and play a Bowmaster, even though we didn't get any testing with it. I like the idea. So I'm going to do that. Besides that, like our first 3 rounds, I thought were great. We had some broken hands, and we also had some games where I felt like the deck put me in a position to escape from broken stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, Dress Down's totally good. I won a game where my opponent had like, it was Frog double force, and we won that game. And we beat Lurrus Control, and we beat Lurrus Control, and we snuck past Dredge, and then we lost just some brutal matches versus Oath and Raker and Jewel. And if I had to pick which 3 matches I wanted going into tomorrow, I would have picked the 3 matches we lost instead of the 3 matches we won. So sometimes it goes like that. Yeah, I mean, we could play a Dress Down. Like, what are you finding Dress Down is good against, though? Like, what are you liking about against Dress Down in the current metagame? Like, Raker, really? Why? I don't really understand that. Why is it Nuts versus Raker? I don't feel like it matters. Like, I feel like their creatures are the least impactful cards in their deck. Like, I'm not seeing it. Oh, it's certainly better than Momentum Breaker. I mean, not better than... No, it's not better than Momentum Breaker. Momentum Breaker is only bad if they have Raker. Yeah, I wouldn't run it over a second Momentum Breaker. I would run it over a Thunder Trap Trainer. But I cut it because I didn't feel like Dress Down had enough applications to the metagame anymore. Like, I don't feel like you need... Like, I feel like you just combo through Bowman a lot. I mean, I also have Chain of Vapor. Maybe you just, like, don't have Chain of Vapor, and so you need to use Dress Down as a Chain of Vapor. I could see that. Yeah, Chain has extremely overperformed for me. I feel like if I don't have two Momentum Breakers, I don't have enough Momentum Breakers to, like, sufficiently beat the decks where I want Momentum Breaker. So I would, like, if I wanted to Dress Down, I would cut a Trainer. I feel like this... I feel like the Trainer is, like, one of the flex slots in the deck. I don't feel like the Trainer is so good that it has to be there. Which is why we tried something else out today. But yeah, obviously I'm pretty tired from that. So hopefully it was enjoyable, even though that we had a rounds 4, 5, 6 crash out. Definitely things to learn and improve on, as always. I will be back tomorrow for the Vintage Showcase, where I will try to qualify. I need to top 8 that. No more X2ing those. I've X2'd the last several Vintage Showcases and RCQs, and so yeah, we'll be back for that. More Vintage, if you're watching on YouTube, more content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you then.